I may disagree with the government, but I'm a proud Aussie. Yes, I come from the Middle East. I come from Iraq. I'm Assyrian by nation. And I'm proud Assyrian. However, I live in Australia. I'm an Aussie. So we need to put the prawns on the barbie and have a bit of a fun. Enough of this foolishness, enough of this stupidity. However, if we cannot live in a society that is indifferent to one another, yet we disagree, but if we cannot live in a civilized way, then you cannot remain in Australia. You cannot remain in Australia. Just because I disagree with you, you disagree with me, that doesn't mean we fight. That doesn't mean we hurt one another. We need to learn and we need to accept how to accept the person that is different to me and still say hello and g'day to that person and move on. Whether it's an ideological indifference, a belief system, whatever that difference is. But at the end, we speak, we talk, we argue, we agree, we disagree, but we move on in a civilized way. And the next time I see my fellow Australian who is an Arab, my fellow Australian who is a South American, my fellow Australian who is an Asian, my fellow Australian who is a European, Canadian, American, I embrace them and greet them with absolute respect, even we may have our own indifferences. And if we can't live this way, then this country should never be for you. Just time out for a moment. I think Pauline Hanson should be given a chance. I remember the good old beautiful Pauline Hanson back in the 80s. She was one of those very fanatic Aussie. But you know what I like about Pauline? All these years, 40 years, maybe more later, she is still the same person. For this, I salute, I respect. Even if Pauline says, I'm an Aussie and I don't like people like Bishop Murray to be in my country because he's a foreigner. He is a stranger to this country. Hey, guess what? She has the right to choose who comes into her country and who doesn't. She has the right. For God's sake, how come now, all of a sudden, someone is trying to look after their own home, all of a sudden is a discriminative person, is a judgmental, and someone who is an enemy? They have the right to protect their country. Donald Trump built that wall. He has the right to protect his country, for God's sake. Anybody home? What has become of this sick world? So as an Australian native Aussie that is proud of their country, they don't want a Middle Eastern like me to come. Hey, Pauline Hanson, if you're listening, if you want to kick me out, by all means, I respect that. I respect that. Because at the end, this is Australia. I wasn't born here. I came here as an immigrant. So you don't want me here? Go for it. You know what I respect about people? Principle. They stick to their principle even if it hurts me. But they stick to their principle. This is why I like Pauline Hanson. I'm not saying vote for her, but I'm saying I like Pauline Hanson. Well, if you want to vote for her, go for it. All right, let's come now to our topic. I pray for our Jewish community, Australian Jewish. By the way, I speak Aramaic, they speak Hebrew. It's one language. Yeah? But that doesn't mean that I discriminate. No. You cannot kill a human being, regardless who that human being is. You have no right. God doesn't order this, period. God does not. So I pray for a change, and a good change. We need it desperately in this beloved country of ours. Australia is a beautiful country, a multicultural country, a country that has embraced so many religions and so many cultures and so many beautiful colors, and we lived in absolute beauty in this beautiful nation. But the government needs to wake up. and enough leftist ideologies. We need more morally sound people in those government bodies. Enough morally being corrupt and bankrupt. Now, I'm not saying all of them need to be Christians. No, there are some wonderful Muslim people. There are some wonderful, Buddhist people. There are some wonderful Hindus people. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We need people that are willing to live and embrace the indifference with civility, with respect. In the Middle East, our neighbors, they were all Muslims. I will not replace them for the whole world. Stunning people whom we lived with for decades. Better than my own brother. Absolute stunning people. I can't deny that. But we need to come back to our senses and live peacefully. Whatever you want to believe in, go for it. But keep Australia safe and sound. This country embraced us all. We owe it to Aussie, we owe it to Australia, and we owe it to the Anzac people. We owe it to them.